Hello, lovely. Right, I've made this workout like a Pilates workout. So it's going to be roughly around 20-30 minutes. Just more of a beginner's, just to get you started, just to get the principles of it. And then we'll build on it from there. Okay, so if you need a cushion, have a cushion. Or you can use maybe a book just for there's a side lying one which you might need a cushion for, and then if you need like more of a kind of a book like a safer sitting on. Okay, so just have that ready for you, and obviously with next year, and then have your mat as well. Okay, we'll get started. So you can either start on your mat or off your mat. It's just to start the foundation of the class. Okay, so if you start with your feet together. And then we're just going to get the alignment. And just want you to notice as you're standing here, what your alignment feels like. So from the side, you might not be able to notice any change either. So as I'm standing from the side, for me, I notice that I'm kind of more tucked back with the pelvis, just ever so slightly. So by doing this alignment check, just helps you to keep in check throughout the class. So like I say, feet together, you're going to go heels out, toes to 12. Make sure the toes are pointing forwards, so you're not pointing them out or in. Just create a little bit of movement from the backs of your feet, forwards, fronts and the backs of your feet. And then you're going to ground the feet down. You raise your toes up, spread them out like you would your fingers, and try and equally place them down. If you find that you're still kind of not quite right from there, you're going to come to the insides and the outsides of your feet. And then again, re-lift the toes, spread them out, place them down. Just try and focus on being grounding down from all four corners of your feet. Work your way up to your knees, so just keep your knees soft. You don't want to be locking them out, you don't want to be bending them too much. Pelvis, I'll go through this just shown from the side. So with your pelvis, I'm going to exaggerate this. You've got two tilts. You've got anterior tilt, which is kind of more of like a sticking your bum out sort of thing. And then you've got the opposite. You've got a tuck under, so posterior tilt. You want to go through each of those, just tucking back, tucking under, and then you're going to find your center. So middle of those two, so you have to draw your navel back, so you find the middle. Okay, so from there, work your way up to kind of chest, shoulders area. Start to roll your shoulders round, back and down, just releasing off any tension that you might have there. And then you're going to roll your shoulders round, back and down, and slot your hands, arms into your imaginary side pockets. Imagine you've got them. And then from here, focus on your breath. So just do a few breaths. So as you're breathing in, if you want to take your hands out, you can as well. If you have your hands to your ribs, if you're going to take them there, take a deep breath into your hands and expand laterally into your hands. As you exhale, just have everything draws to the midline. Do that again. Inhale, really expand out the ribs. As you exhale, draw everything to the center. Draw the navel back, pelvic floor up. Just do one more. Exhale, drawn back. Okay, just releasing the arms. We're going to go focus a little bit into balance here. So you're just going to kind of rock your weight forwards and try and lift your heels. If you wobble a little bit, don't worry, that's fine. Make your way back down. So as you're lifting up, you're going to try and lift your heels up off the floor. The aim is try and draw the navel back. You might lean out a little bit, and that's okay. And then make your way down. Okay, just a couple more of those. And just making sure you're inhaling and exhaling. And then just do one more. Try and really draw the navel back, bringing it down. Okay, right, now we're going to go through a roll down. So if you imagine, turn to the side, just stay as you are. You're going to imagine you've got a wall behind you and you're going to roll down, peel off this wall one vertebrae at a time. Okay, so you're going to tuck your chin in and you're going to start to peel down off this imaginary wall. So start to curl down, keeping everything nice and rounded as you're coming forwards. And just let yourself hang at the bottom. Don't worry if you can't get that far down. So what you can do is just bend your knees a little bit more and just let your head hang. And just as you're here, if you need to kind of, like I say, keep your knees soft, that's fine, keep them bent. Okay, so from there, we're going to ground to the feet. Imagine you're trying to rip the ground apart as you slowly start to build up. Just standing. Taking a breath in as you come to the top. Right, just do that again. So tucking your chin in and start to roll down, peel down one vertebrae at a time. Just making sure you're breathing through it. And then again, articulate, come back up. Inhale it at the top. And then just do that once more. Tucking in, slowly start to roll down. Good. And then articulating back up. Okay, make sure the head is the last thing to come up. Well, okay. Right, so from here, we're going to make our way down onto the mat. So, right, make your way down to all fours. And you're going to take your palms so that they're in line with the shoulders, and then that the knees are in line with the hips. From here, just like I say, keep that stance. You want to have your knees in line, palms in line. Just take any little movements here. So if you need to kind of lean side to side, or if you want to kind of go through a bit of a cat and cow, just making any shapes that you feel like you need to elongate the spine. And just breathing as you're here, breathing as you're moving. And then just recenter. Okay, right, we're going to do some little hovers here. So we're going to focus on the core a little bit more. I'm going to do it individually, and then I'm going to start to pick it up. If it's not feeling right to you, you're just going to go with the option that's right to you. Okay, so we're going to lift up the right hand and we're going to hover it up. As you've hovered it up, you might feel like you're leaning across, or you might be putting your weight a lot more into your right knee and then your left hand. So just try and keep your weight centered. Taking that hand down, lift up the left arm, hand. Draw your navel up as you're here. So keep breathing as well. Take that down. Right, lift up the right knee, hold it there. Keep breathing as you're holding and lifting it up. Take it down and then lift up the left. Just notice where your weight is shifting. And then take it down. Either go through that again or go opposite. You're going to go opposite hand, opposite knee. Take it down and then switch. You could also, if you were doing a pointer, which is what you could eventually go to after this, you could do this before you go into your point, and that'll make your core a little bit more. We're just going to stay here today. Make sure you breathe in. Okay, making that even for each side, and then recentering. Okay, if you need to take any movements for your wrists before you come back, you can take that, and then make your way back to all fours. Okay, from here, you're going to hook your toes under, and we're going to play around with lifting the knees. So from here, draw the navel up, and you're going to exhale, and you're going to hover your knees up off the floor. We're going to hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it down. Don't worry if you had to drop before that. We're doing that 2 more times. If you need to do less time, that's totally fine. Okay, same again. Get everything prepared. Draw the navel up. Exhale, hover the knees. Holding it there for 5 seconds. Make sure you're not loading to the too far to the front or too far to the back. Well, and rest it down. Okay, right, 1 more. Okay, hover the knees, draw the navel up, exhale, lift, and continue to breathe as you hear. Keeping the spine nice and long. Drawing the navel up, feeling it through the quads as well. And rest it there. Okay, unhook the toes, send the weight back, and just lengthen away the arms. And kind of like a little bit of a child's pose. If you need any wrist movements here, you can also turn your palms to face up if you need to. Well, okay, right. From here, we are going to move onto the front. So yeah, we're going to come onto a front. Just make sure you've got space in the front of you. And then I've got a little bit less space. I'm going to try and make this work, but you'll be able to see from this side anyway. So try not to worry about that too much. Okay, so lying on your front. You can lengthen your arms in front of you. You can either have your head hovered or you can have your head down. Just playing around with this. Eventually, if you can, you're going to pop your head down. I'm going to keep mine up just so I can keep talking. So you're going to tuck your pelvis under as you're here. So as you're here as well, make sure you're not letting that pelvis lift up. Okay, so we don't want the lower back taking all of the work. We want to be tucking the pelvis under and then having the feet, the legs just in line with the hips. Right, I want you to kind of lengthen your arms. Imagine somebody's pulling your arms away, and then I want you to slot your shoulders down the back. From here, you're going to lift up your right arm, try and squeeze it up and lift it up in line with the head if you've got it lifted, and then take it down. And just do the opposite. So lift up the left, squeeze it up, and then take it down. If your lift isn't very high, that's totally fine. The more you do this, the better you'll become. And just focus on drawing your core in as well. Just keep breathing as you're lifting. Okay, once more for each. Well, and then rest it all the way down. Okay, right, we're going to do this one at a time. So you're going to lift up your right arm, right hand arm, yeah, and you're going to circle it around. You're going to take the hand, I'm going to try not to knock anything out of the way, and you're going to squeeze the palm into the side, and then you're going to circle it back round and take it back down. Then the left, you're going to lift up the left arm, rotate through the shoulder, squeeze the palm into the side, and then take it back through. Okay, adding in, just to change it up a little bit, you're going to take your pinky fingers down. As you've done that, don't let your shoulders hunch, so drop your shoulders down the back. Lifting up the right arm, rotate through your shoulder, so you're going to gradually turn the palm, so it's going to squeeze into your side. Squeeze it in, turn through the arm, just try and hover over everything, and then take it back down. And then switching, lifting up the left arm, rotating through the shoulder, and you're going to squeeze the palm into the side. Rotate through the shoulder to come back. Pinky finger meets the mat. Right, doing one more for each. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, squeezing it back into the side. Lift and rotating. Coming back down. Last one. Inhale, lift, rotate. Squeezing into the side. Big rotation through, and then back down. Okay, right, taking the arms, open them out to like a W sort of shape. We're just going to stay pretty low to the floor, so don't force anything up. Keeping the pelvis tucked, retuck it if you have kind of let it go sort of thing. And then head will be kind of down, and we're going to create a dragging action of dragging the shoulder blades down the back as you inhale and lift up, just keeping the head in line with the spine, and then exhale, lower. And then just doing that again. So inhale, lift, having that dragging action of drawing the kind of forearms, elbows, and then shoulder blades down the back. A few more of these. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keeping that navel drawn in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And last one. Exhale, lower. Well, okay, right. So this is where you might need your pillow. You're going to come onto your side, and then if you need your cushion for your head, you're going to take your cushion on your head. I'm going to have to scooch a little further forward. I might end up having to come on a little bit of a diagonal, but we'll work with it. Okay, so rest on the side of your head down. We're not having a little nap, by the way. Okay, so you can either have the hand kind of by your cheek, or you can have it long. Just make sure that you're not kind of like letting the shoulder kind of hug forwards like this, okay? So really hug it back, and you want your shoulders to be stacked, okay? And then your head will just come onto your pillow, okay? Right, palms together, and then you can either bring the knees a little closer up, or you can let them be back a little bit. Get the palms together, and you're going to lengthen that top arm away from the bottom, so really elongate the arm. And you're going to imagine you're a book. You're going to open your book. You're going to open to where you can without letting the knees come apart. So try and keep the knees together as you open your book, and just open to where you can, like I say. Take a brief pause, and then you're going to bring the arm back, closing your book. Well, we've got a few more of those. So to open and out, breathing in. Expand the chest. And exhale, bring it back. Right, we'll do 3 more. If you want to go a little smoother, a little quicker, a little bit more dynamic, you can. If you wanted to slow it down, keep it slow, sorry, that's fine, just keep it slow. I'm going to try and go to a reasonable pace. You don't have to pause the video. Right, we've got one more to do. Make sure we're breathing, keeping the legs squeezed together. Well, okay, spot on. So we're going to move the cushion out of the way, and you can either lengthen out the bottom arm, and have your head rested, or you can take your hand behind your head, or harder would be at your forearm, but just play around with it, whatever feels right to you. Okay, I'm going to just stay down just for, yeah, so I'm going to take my hand behind my head, and then if you, from there, I'm just going to switch my mic away. Okay, you make sure that your hips are stacked one on top of the other, and if you want, you can also use a wall as some support, some guidance, or if you use the back edge of your mat as a guide to keep you in line. If you use a wall here when you're doing clams, that might be better as well, because you've got that feedback. Okay, so top hand, if you just hold and like kind of where your hip bone is, cup around that area and just hold that in place. Heels are going to keep squeezed together, and you're going to open and close that top leg. As you are opening and closing, just make sure you're not letting the hip pop back. So keeping the hips in line, stacked one on top of the other, making sure you're feeling that work through into your glute. And then just continue to breathe. So exhale as you open, inhale as you close. And we'll just keep moving through this. Right, a few more of these. And last one. Right, okay. Right, we're going to move over to the other side. So, moving over to the other side, bringing your cushion along with you. I'm going to try and come on a slight diagonal. Okay, exactly the same on the other side. So, making sure you're stacking your shoulders, palm on top of the other, resting your head at your pillow, opening the top arm, open to the back. And just try your best to keep your knees together, and you're going to bring it back. Exhale, bring it back. And then we'll do that again. So inhale, open your book, squeeze the legs together. If that means that your legs are coming apart, so you can go over further, I'd rather you did. So just try your best to go as far as you can with your knees together, and then close your book. Right, we've got a few more to do. Inhale to come over, and not to knock anything out the way, and exhale to close. And last two. Inhale to open, and exhale to close. And one more. And exhale, close. Well, okay. Right. Come in, if you pop your cushion out the way, and then if you come keep on your side and come into your clam position. So again, exactly the same alignment, just make sure you've got all ready. And then when you're ready, you're going to keep your heels squeezed, open, lift that top leg, rotating out and back down. If you've got a wall here, what you can just basically do is pop your feet, exactly the same position, but your feet are flat to the wall, your back's all the way flat to the wall. And then as you open and close, you'll know where your maximum is because the wall's there stopping you from going any further. That's an option if you're finding that you're not really feeling it in this one. It's one of those exercises where you've got to get it right. Make sure you're breathing through it. Could exhale as you open, inhale as you close, or vice versa, as long as you're still breathing. Right, a couple more. Well, spot on. Okay, right, we're going to make our way up to a seat. Right, from here, this is where, like I say, if you need a cushion to sit on, I'm going to show it with the cushion. Or you could use like a book, but you might need a book and then something cushiony on the top, so it's not like hard surface. Okay, right, so we're gonna, from here in your seat, either have your legs so that they're in line with your hips, or you can open them out so they're in line with the mat. Sorry. Okay, so as you come here, we want to ground the sit bones down. So if you're finding that you're a little bit hunched, this is where like I say, the cushion, the elevation would come in handy. It's going to help you. It's going to assist you. So you can either be here at the cushion, pulling the meaty parts of the bum back, so you can be right on the sit bones. And then also do a check. So if you've got a mirror or if you've got like a reflection you can see, just have a little look at your spine and just to see if it is straight. If it's not and your pelvis is tucked a little bit and it looks a little bit like this, but you're thinking, feeling like you're straight, just focus on, like I say, grounding down. You can also from there bend your knees, and then that will help you to keep your back straight. Okay, so either here or here. You're going to take your arms in line with your shoulders. Palms can be facing or they can be down, just whichever. It's not right or wrong really. And drop the shoulder blades down the back and keep the arms nice and long. The aim here is not to be stiff, so be fluid. We're going to inhale, lengthen up the spine. And then we're going to exhale, draw the navel back as you reach forwards. And you're just going to come to where you can. Don't force it any further forwards. And then we're going to ground the legs down and articulate back up to a seat. Straighten the back at the top. Inhale here. Exhale, fold and reach forwards. Ground and lift back up. Inhale. And then again, exhale, fold. Inhale, ground and lift. Right, 2 more. Inhale here, exhale, fold. Ground and articulate up. And last one. Inhale, lift, exhale, reach and fold. Keeping the arms in line with the ears if you can. Ground and lift. And release. Well, okay. We're going to stay on the cushion, so you can either keep your legs as they are. If you do, though, when you add the rotation, make sure your hips don't move, okay? So just keep an eye on that if you do that. If you're going to bring your legs in, you can either bring your feet together or you can just cross your legs, whatever is more comfortable for you. I'm going to show kind of from both. So you're going to take your palms together. I'm going to go on a slight diagonal so you can see. So you can just stay as you are, or yeah, whatever is comfortable. We're going to bring palms together. You're going to focus on rotation from the midline. So you're going to inhale, lengthen up the spine. And you're going to exhale, twist to the right. Navel draws back, squeeze over. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, over to the second side. So exhale, twist, draw the navel back. Inhale, center. And just keep moving through this. I'm just going to talk a little bit more. So if you're finding as you're moving your arms over more, and it looks a little bit more like this, you need to focus more through the core. So don't move the arms, keep the arms still. If you just think of your kind of waistline is the leader, and the arms are just going with you. So they're just staying as they are, they're not moving. And you're focused on twisting using your core. Inhale as you come through center, exhale as you twist. And continue. We've got one more to do for each side, or if you've already done that side, just make it even. And then come back through the center. So yeah, if you had your legs out, obviously when you're going through your rotation, you just don't want to be hiking your hips. Okay, if you were doing that, just make a conscious effort of really grounding down. And then from there, as you're rotating, you're not letting the hip hike, so you're really drawing the navel back and rooting the sit bones down as you're coming over to each side. Right. Okay, right, we're going to remove the cushion or blocks or books out the way, and we're going to make our way down onto the back. So from here, make your way down onto your back. Okay, right, a little bit through the core. We're going to kind of set ourselves away with a pelvic curl first. So you're going to take your hands just by your sides. If you have your feet, heels in line with the knees and the sit bones. You don't want them too wide or too far away. If you do need more space, you can take them slightly forwards, but just try and have that alignment if you can. Right, just to start with, you're going to rock your pelvis back and forwards and just get that feeling for it. So as you're rocking forwards, you'll have an arch between the back and your mat. As you rock it back and kind of hike the tailbone up a little bit, you'll feel the back squash down and the head slides up. And then you're going to find your neutral of those two. So find your middle ground. All right, we're going to rock back again. So you're going to rock the pelvis back, lift the tailbone up, ground the feet down as you peel up the spine, one vertebrae at a time, coming into your bridge. Breathing in at the top, and then breathe out as you peel the spine back down. So if you imagine, keep moving through this, that your spine is like a string of pearls, and you're going to peel up and down one vertebrae at a time, really ground into your feet. Just keeping that moving, breathing in at the top, breathing out as you're peeling back down. Right, we're going to do two more. Ground and articulate back up. Make sure we're grounding evenly into the feet. Inhale, exhale, make your way down. Okay, last time. Okay. Right, going through the next bit. So from here, we're going to interlock the fingers. Either interlock or you can stack them. Take the hands behind the head. You're going to inhale here. And then you're going to exhale, draw your navel down as you lift up to a chest lift. And then bringing it back down. Inhale as you down, exhale, lift. Again, just keep moving. I'm just going to kind of cue this. So as you're lifting and lowering, you don't want your head lifting up. Okay, so you want eye gaze towards the knees. And you don't want to be pulling your head, okay? So as you're lifting, your hands are just literally supporting your head. So just have them really light behind. Elbows should just be in your eye gaze, so you shouldn't be able to see them too much or not see them at all. Right, just doing two more. And last one. And bring it back. Well, having the arms by the sides, going through into toe taps. I want you to imagine your feet are stuck to the floor, but you're also trying to lift them. Just by doing that, you should feel more through your core. Right, from there, you're going to lift up one leg and then take it down and then switch. So same intention as you're coming back down. You're keeping the feet really light to the floor, but they're also stuck. And then you should feel more through here. Okay, we're going to just do one progression. So you're going to lift up one leg without letting anything change. If you can, take the other leg up to meet it and then down one at a time. Switch up your leading leg, so other leg first and then other leg to meet. And then just take it down one at a time and just stay down. Well, okay, last bit, you're going to combine both. So you're going to interlock again, take the hands behind the head. If you want to just stick with the regression, that's totally fine. Okay, we're going to you can either do chest lift or the toe taps again. Right, we're going to inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to lift your head and your chest. You're going to lift up your right leg. Exhale. Inhale down. And then switch legs. Inhale, exhale, lift. Right, left leg, sorry. Take it back down. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. And again, inhale, exhale, lift. Take it back down. Right, one more for each. Exhale, lift. Inhale down, one more. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And release. Well, okay. Right, opening out the arms to a T shape. You can either have the legs together and just kind of windshield wiper the legs to each side, or you can kind of like take the feet to the widest points of the mat and just rock them over to each side. And just do one kind of little stretch. Bringing the legs in, you're going to bring the arms in, take in the right leg, hook the foot across the left outside of the knee, and you're going to lift the left knee up off the floor. If you can reach, you can also use like a blanket to grab onto, or a strap, or anything, a belt or something. Take the hands through. If you can, reach behind the leg, and you're just going to pull that back. And then if you can, try and rest your head back down. So squeezing that left knee back, left leg, sorry. So you should feel that glute stretch on your right glute. And just focus on breathing. Have an opposition between the right leg and the left. So the right leg's going away and the left leg's pulling in, and you should feel more through the glute. And then just easing that off. Right, switching it over. So left hooks across the right outside, lifting up, and then if you can, reach the hands through, pulling the leg back, resting the head down. Again, focus on inhaling and exhaling. Couple more breaths here. And then just let that go. And then just however you want to make your way up to a seat. So you can rock to your side to come up, or you can just rock up to a seat. Just whatever is better for you. Just taking a seat just to come to finish. Whichever seat is comfortable for you, whether you're crossing your legs or legs are open. Okay, grounding the sit bones, lengthen up through the spine, and just noticing how the body feels. Do you feel a little bit more open? Do you feel a little bit of work through into the glutes, the core? And just focus on the breath here. Just focus on a couple of breaths. Okay, that's you all done. Hopefully this has helped. And then if you continue with this workout, eventually you'll be able to progress to a little bit harder. Okay, enjoy your day. I'll see you soon.